So, you're having quite a lot of trouble falling asleep and even more trouble sleeping properly. Well, today we're going to talk a little bit about how Reiki and a few holistic elements and approaches can help you fall asleep more efficiently and have a more proper and healthy sleep. Hello, I'm Vlad from ReikiScoop, and today's video we're going to talk about how Reiki and a few spiritual elements and holistic elements can help you have a proper sleep pattern. Before starting, consider giving a thumbs up and subscribing. It really helps my channel, but it also helps other Reiki practitioners or Reiki enthusiasts or even teachers find content such as this one and become even better informed. So with that out of the way, let's get started. In today's world, I guess I'm not the only one who has sometimes trouble falling asleep and having a healthy sleep pattern and having a healthy, lengthy, proper sleep. That's why I was thinking of creating this video and explaining a few elements that can be of service to you, can be of help to you, both for falling asleep more efficiently, more easier, more smoother, and also having a deeper sleep. In Reiki, you're going to use a couple of symbols, namely Seiheki first of all. Seiheki has three main functions: bringing harmony, clearing out any mental and emotional imbalances, obstacles, and also opening a chakra towards releasing stress, releasing negative energy, residual elements from it. That's why it's used in so many therapy sessions. It's not as versatile as Chokurei, but it has some specific functions that can help you, in this case, can help you have a better sleep pattern and fall asleep more smoothly. So, before going to bed, what I recommend is that you activate your palms with Seiheki, and then activate your crown chakra and your third eye chakra and the back projection of the third eye chakra with Seiheki. And then you can place your palms for a couple of minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, depends on how much time you have available, on your crown chakra and on your third eye chakra. And then you can go to bed. Or you can activate the symbols, lie down in your bed, and just try to fall asleep by keeping your palms on the crown chakra. You will notice that it's quite a relaxing position. It doesn't intervene with falling asleep or keeping a smooth sleep pattern at some point. At one point, you will feel the need of placing your hands in other places, and that's okay. Just keep them wherever you feel around your body or change your sleep position. But for a few minutes, try to keep your palms with the Seiheki symbol activated on top of your head when you lie down. Or, as I mentioned, place your palms on the crown chakra and then on the third eye chakra before lying down on your bed. From 3 to 5 minutes for each hand position is quite efficient. Another way with Reiki is to practice a rather short self-treatment. Of course, I understand that not everybody has the luxury of time and you don't have time perhaps half an hour, 40 minutes to practice the Reiki self-treatment. But even 15-20 minutes would help, especially if you focus again on the superior chakras, because all the thoughts, superior means crown and third eye and throat and heart, emotions, thoughts, residual thoughts, stray thoughts, residual emotions are all stored within this area. They are also connected to the lower chakras, but in this case, we're trying to remove the main elements, the main source of where they are stored. The heart chakra, the brain area, the third eye crown, and also the part from which we communicate, the throat chakra. Those superior chakras, those areas of the body, are responsible for keeping and expressing or not expressing, if we're not going to express certain thoughts and feelings, and storing them. And those elements, those feelings, emotions, thoughts, unexpressed emotions, they keep us up at night. And if you look deeper from a psychological perspective, you're also going to find that mostly we have problems sleeping because some things are not going the way we want them to go, and we have trouble expressing what frustrates us. We have trouble removing those elements that are not useful for us, and we know they're not useful for us, and we don't know how to remove them, express them, think them, or place them on paper, or tell them to someone, or just, we cannot just burst out with our low vibrational feelings to anybody, because there are consequences. So instead, they keep us up at night because they are not released. Reiki helps diminish this process of keeping them stored somewhere. It just releases that energy and information behind those emotions and thoughts. So before bedtime, if you have time, you can practice a short self-treatment, 15-20 minutes, especially when you're focusing or spending more time on the superior chakras, 2-3 minutes for each of the chakras. And I do address chakras this time, not just the general traditional hand positions. I'm focusing on the energy centers because those are the places those are the gates of consciousness, and those are the energetic portals we have throughout the body that help us connect with the physical exterior world. They are the gateways between us and the exterior world. So that's, from my perspective at least, and my experience, those are the places that I would address for enhancing sleep, for having a better and optimum healthy sleep pattern. That being said, Reiki is not the only way that you can improve your sleep, from falling asleep to having, a relaxed sleep. Keep in mind that some people fall asleep easier but have not such a good rest during the night. Some people fall asleep harder but have a very deep sleep. And there are many other mixes that can be mentioned within those patterns. So another way that can help you fall asleep smoother and keep that smoothness and go to a deeper sleep is music. Yes, music, but not just any kind of music, not just any type. I'm talking about certain frequencies. And first of all, any kind of music that you might want to use during sleep has to be at a very low volume, at a volume that is very comfortable for you to just flow with it, and should have a very constant rhythm, not with bass, not with drums, not so much with voices, just instrumentation, ambient instrumentation that can help you keep a smooth frequency so you can fall asleep easier. Those frequencies are usually, what I personally use are 432 Hz, 528 Hz. Those two frequencies, or is 432, and 528 Hz. However, you can also address the deeper brain frequencies, the alpha, theta, and delta frequencies. Delta being the deep sleep. And the delta is around 3.2 Hz, if I'm not mistaken. That's delta. Theta is a little bit higher, and alpha also a bit higher. You can find music that goes from alpha, theta to delta, but I would focus more on the theta and delta frequencies. So you can find music, you can find it on YouTube, or maybe you can find CDs, or you can find music on the internet that has the frequencies, within the theta and delta frequencies. And those will be a little bit different or separate from the ones I mentioned initially, the 432 and the 528 Hz. Both approaches are useful. I've tried both. To be honest with you, the deeper sleep I had was with the theta and delta frequencies. That was the real deep sleep. And the most relaxed sleep was with 432 Hz. Just a smooth, relaxed sleep. But the deep one, in which, you have dreams, and some dreams are strange, and that's another subject for another time, with the dream patterns and dream waves. The deep sleep is with the delta and theta. So maybe you should keep that in mind, trying those out. You can also combine them with the Reiki methods I mentioned before. So music, keep in mind, is quite useful. Or maybe you can play something that resonates with you. Maybe it's something with ASMR, maybe it's something a meditation perhaps, that you really enjoy. And it's obviously a guided meditation. For me personally, voices are not that useful when I want to fall asleep, but for you maybe it might be different. It's just the way I proceeded and the way it worked for me, so I was desiring to share this with you. Another element that you can use for sleep are stones, crystals. Believe it or not, crystals and stones, because they're slightly different. A crystal is still a stone, but a stone doesn't necessarily need to be a crystal. They have energy, an energy field, and they have molecular structure. They are basically a spirit within a physical body, different than us, but still an entity there that is present within that physical structure. Lapis lazuli, amethyst, clear quartz, rose quartz can help you, especially if you cleanse those stones, those crystals with Reiki beforehand, with symbols, and you keep them within your palms 5-10 minutes, can help you have a smoother transition to a deeper sleep, and can keep that sleep more, maybe not that deep, but they can keep it smoother, so you can have a good rest. So keep that in mind as well. Maybe you resonate with other crystals, like darker ones that absorb negative energy. Maybe you prefer fluorite. Maybe you prefer stones from another family than the quartz family. Maybe you like smoky quartz from the quartz family. That depends on you, but I would try lapis lazuli because it clears the mind. Amethyst because it offers relaxation and also clears the mind. Clear quartz because it allows you to have a more efficient universal life force energy flow and clears mostly the superior chakras. I would not use personally the so dark colored or red colored crystals because they resonate with grounding, they resonate with the lower chakras, they resonate with vital energy, for stimulating vital energy. But again, that's just me. Perhaps for you, it works that way. So that's another way of addressing a good and healthy sleep. Another element, and the final element that I want to present to you, is using incense. Not just any incense. Palo Santo, and I'm talking about the natural elements, right? Okay, not the chemical or artificial or processed frankincense or incense or Palo Santo. I'm talking the natural Palo Santo. Burning it before sleep, just smudging a little bit around your room, or heating it in with a process. If you have some sort of placement that can put a candle and then put a layer on top and heat the Palo Santo. Of course, don't leave this overnight because it's safer just to extinguish the candle before falling asleep. But before bed, 5-10 minutes, you can allow those oils and those beneficial elements from Palo Santo, because Palo Santo has a very high vibration, allowing it to be embedded within the room and the energy of the room so that you can have a smoother sleep. Also, frankincense and myrrh, especially holy frankincense from a church, temple, from a monastery. You can burn it up, not too much, just a little bit. You don't need to put a huge quantity. You put it on a coal and you burn it, or you put it on a heating platform, as I mentioned before with the Palo Santo. You just have to search on internet to find those things. And you can heat up that incense and allow it for 10 minutes before going to bed, and it's going to offer a relaxing state. It's also going to cleanse the room. It's also going to help you cleanse your energy fields. It removes any kind of debris from during the day, those lower elements, lower vibrations, low vibrational projections, negative projections begin to go way down to the ground, being removed from your body. So that's when you become more relaxed, at peace, and you can have a smoother and more efficient sleep. One bonus element, which I forgot to mention in the beginning at Reiki, that's why it's a bonus, is for those attuned in Holy Fire or Karuna Reiki. And even if you're not, don't worry, you can still use this symbol. It's quite useful. And you can connect to it, especially if you're just going to use it for one purpose. You're not going to use it constantly. I know that you need an attunement. Everybody says you need an attunement to use a symbol. It's not always the case. If you are a regular Reiki practitioner, and if you're engaged with meditations, or if you are maybe helping others with Reiki, you can tap into the energy structure of a symbol. I always try to mention that and explain that to my students. It doesn't mean that you have access to all its energy and information, but you do have access, and you can use it to some extent. You do have access to it. Shanti from Karuna or Holy Fire Reiki, which means peace, and that's used for the third eye chakra. You can use it, draw it, and also on the back projection, and also on the crown chakra. I use it before bed. Every time I used it, I didn't have the deepest sleep, but I had a very good rest. It was smooth. because there's a difference between super deep sleep, as I mentioned before, with the delta frequency, and more, relaxed and restful sleep. So keep in mind Shanti, which is a very useful symbol because of its energy structure, because the energy and information it brings is related to peace and relaxation and harmony, and you can use that for a better sleep. And I almost forgot the last element. I thought I was through with them, but no, I forgot about the alpha state. This is when everything doesn't work, anything else does not work for some reason, due to stress, anxiety, especially if you're constantly exposed to stress, anxiety. The alpha state of mind, well, I won't say that it does miracles, but it really helps. And I do have an article about the alpha state of mind. But basically what you need to do is use a breathing pattern, a breathing exercise that follows a pattern. You can lie down, you can just before falling asleep or before going to bed, you can do it sitting in a chair or standing straight. It's really up to you. The idea and the effect is the same. Basically, you breathe, inhaling, filling your abdomen with air, and then your chest on your own rhythm, counting to 4, or create your own number that's useful. For me, it's 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. And I hold my breath. And I inhaled, I filled my abdomen and chest. First my abdomen and then my chest with air. Then I hold it. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. Exhale. First from the chest, we release the air from the chest, and then from the abdomen. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. If you want, you can hold your breath again. It's not really necessary. And start again breathing. And you keep your breath. And then you exhale. And at one point, you will notice how you relax. Your brain relaxes. And you can even actually shift your attention to your brain. And you can even add a little bit of conditioning. Like, I'm relaxing my brain now. I'm relaxing my brain now. If you think that's a placebo effect, try it separately, without the alpha state and just trying to relax, without any kind of other element, versus just the alpha state. You can use both ideas, alpha state and condition your mind. And even if it works, imagine if you believe it's a placebo effect, imagine how much powerful your brain is. How powerful the brain is to actually access and accept that relaxation within that moment right away. But it's not a placebo effect because it works separately from you setting your mind. This alpha state creates a relaxation throughout the entire body, but mostly in the brain area because you access the alpha waves, which are scientifically proven. And when you enter the alpha state and you access those alpha brain waves, it's much easier to go to the theta and then to the delta, deep sleep. So this breathing helps you relax your mind and relax your body, and also allows smoother energy flow, universal life force energy flow through your body. I have tried it quite recently because I had a problem, a personal issue that I had to fix, and I was very stressed and I couldn't fall asleep. And I just didn't have the mood to burn incense or to do Reiki, I just didn't know what to do in that moment. And I used the alpha state. I use it many times when I cannot fall asleep. And then I remembered to condition my brain. Now you relax, you calm down. And then I really went in a very deep sleep. I had a few strange dreams because of still stress was a bit there, but it was considerably better given the fact that I could not fall asleep in the first place for 1 hour and a half. So try that. And you know what? Let's try it together. Let's try the alpha state together. It's not the subject of this video, but let's try it because it's the simplest way. You don't need to be even attuned to Reiki. You don't even need to be attuned to any kind of spiritual practice to practice the alpha state. So let's try it together. You can sit in your chair right now with your back straight, feet apart. You can keep your palms on your lap facing up. Close your eyes. Relax. Just take a few deep breaths first. place your tongue on the roof of the mouth and just follow my lead. You are going to inhale, filling your abdomen and then your chest with air on my count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the chest and then the abdomen. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And relax. When you feel ready, you can open your eyes. Breathe normally, in your own rhythm. You'll notice the breathing now is a bit more slow. Your breathing pattern will not be as fast as before because you have relaxed your body, and you'll notice your mind is a little bit, the head up a little bit in the clouds. I will not use the alpha state, especially if you go more and more deeper towards the theta. I will not use it before any dynamic action. Now we just did 4 rounds. It's okay. But if you're gonna do sports, driving, or doing something actionable, I would not go very deep with this level. I would go into the alpha state. Sure, you can work, you can do dynamic things from the alpha state, but not going deeper towards the theta. And that means going more repetitions and holding your breath a little bit longer. That's when you realize you can enter the theta phase a little bit faster than otherwise. When you can't fall asleep, you can barely fall asleep. So this alpha state is very useful. When nothing else works, remember this one. Still, you can try each element that I presented. If you're attuned to Reiki, Usui Reiki, if you're attuned to Karuna Reiki, if you are not attuned to Reiki, or if you are just attuned to level 1 and 2 Usui Reiki, you can use crystals, you can use incense, Palo Santo, frankincense. If you have none of these and you don't have time to purchase them, you can use the alpha state. Or you can use the alpha state first and then try the other ones. Or you can use all at once if you want. But you will see how sleep improves over time if you start using some of these methods, or at least one of them constantly. I'm not saying that you should be addicted to any of these elements. These are adjuvants. They are meant to support your sleep, your healthy sleep, your relaxed sleep. They are not meant to be the only way you can fall asleep, because at that point your mind says, I'm not going to fall asleep unless you do something, one of whatever element you have chosen. It takes a lot of time until that would happen, to become like sort of a dependency on an element like such as this one. You can use it a couple of nights, 3 nights, 4 nights, and then take a break and see how it feels without them. And then maybe repeat or use another method and see how that feels. Anyways, let me know if you are going to use and how did it felt to you. You can leave comments below for that matter. So thank you for being here, and don't forget to give a thumbs up and a subscribe. Again, it also helps my channel, but it helps other Reiki enthusiasts, practitioners, or teachers find content such as this one, and maybe we can exchange opinions, experiences, and it helps all this community, Reiki community, grow in a healthy way. So thank you so much for being here, and blessings to you, and I'll see you in the next video.